If you owe council tax and there's been a liability order put in place, you might be asking a lot of questions. In this video, I'm going to explain what a liability order on council tax is and what you can do about it. First things first, if you're struggling to pay your council tax, the best thing you can do is to contact your local authority and let them know your situation. They might be able to accept an affordability repayment plan, which can help you avoid getting a liability order in the first place. However, if you don't communicate or provide notice about your difficulty paying, your local authority may apply for a liability order to be issued against you. This order gives them the power to collect what you owe in a number of ways. Now, you may be wondering, what exactly is a liability order? Well, it's a document that a court can give to your local authority if you haven't paid the amount of council tax you owe. The order costs £20 to be issued, and the costs can be added to your debt. Once the liability order has been granted, you still have an opportunity to pay the council tax you owe in full, and possibly agree on a repayment plan if you cannot afford to pay it all in full. However, if the council uses the liability order to enforce the debt, they can do this in a number of ways. One way is by using enforcement agents, also known as bailiffs, to recover payment or collect what's owed by getting you to agree to a payment plan. If that doesn't work, they can repossess your valuables to cover the amount of council tax owed. There will be additional enforcement agency fees when they are used to visit your home. Another way is through attachment of earnings, where the council can apply to have money taken from your wages or directly from your bank account. Or they can take payments from DWP benefits, such as employment and support allowance, personal credit, universal credit, income support, and so on. The amount of employer wage deductions they can make are regulated by law. The council can also apply for a charging order, which will prevent you from selling a property without paying what you owe to the council first. As a last resort, they can make you bankrupt if they've had difficulty with other enforcement action. It's important to note that a liability order is not the same as a county court judgment or CCJ and will not affect your credit rating. However, this is not a reason to not pay your council tax debt. If you ignore a liability order and do not make arrangements to pay, your local authority will use one of the methods of enforcement explained before: bailiffs, attachment of earnings, DWP reductions, charging order, or even bankruptcy. If you willfully avoid these methods of recovery, they can apply to the magistrate's court for a court hearing, which might result in a short prison sentence. But what if you're having difficulty paying the money you owe? There are ways to write some or all of it off through debt solutions. One of the most effective for someone with little leftover money each month is a DRO, or debt relief order. A DRO will prevent any creditor from requesting payment for a full year. A search will be completed on your finances to ensure you meet the criteria, and if your financial situation doesn't improve after a year, all your debts are wiped. But a DRO isn't the only option. If you're struggling with debt, then there are a number of other options available here in the UK. Some are free to use and others include fees, and each will have their own pros and cons. If you want to learn more about the solutions available, then we've created a really great form that you might be interested in checking out. Click the link in the description to get started and answer a few multiple choice questions like the total amount of your debt, how many people you owe, your living situation, and we'll connect you with one of our trusted partners so that you can find out more and start taking steps towards improving your financial situation.